we are talking straight. The superpowers may like it or not. So this involvement, the saying goes, there are 1200 ways to skin a cat. The aim is to, the cat has to be skinned. So to that end, to serve the nation, you don't have to join the Indian Army or the Navy or the Air Force. You can serve the nation by being a good citizen. You keep your cities clean. Save them if you talk to them. Keep Udaipur clean, you will get in tourists. Tourists will bring in financial economy and he will make this thing. So wherever, whatever walk of life you are in, look at doing your duty diligently, you are a great citizen, you are serving the nation. So this involvement, where people always thought that it is the defense service or the police or the BSF, they will look after us, look after the defense of the country. No. Today, if you make a good equipment, you are helping the nation. I can give you an example in the 1971 war, when we went to war, we were short of tanks and we imported some tanks from Poland. We did not have the finances to finance those tanks, to buy those tanks, and we did a barter system. और मुझे याद है भूसावल के हमने केले दिए थे टैंक के एक्सचेंज के अंदर. That tank used to cost, the first tank that I rode in the war, the Russian tank, that Polish tank that we got, 8 lakh का आता था और केले के बदले में हमने दिया. Today a tank is costing something like 10 crores. And most of it is designed by our own country. So मेरा ये कहने का मेन मकसद ये है कि आज के तारीख में आप कुछ भी काम करो, अगर आपका फोकस देश के डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर है, या लुकिंग a great nation. The threat perception about cyberspace, I think, is tremendous. I think we have to be very, very careful about how we design our things, what we import, what we use. It's not for me, is it? Okay. Any gadget that you use has the capacity to interfere not just in your life, but with the life of this nation. This is a rule, fundamental rule about gadgets that you must understand. Not just your mobile phones or your television sets. The United States has stopped in the process of stopping most of the gadgets that it imports from China, because those gadgets, all information about America to China, and China is well prepared in any warfare that might happen. The thumb rule at the moment in the United States is to keep all your systems closed at all times, unless you are using them. If you are using them, only then you open it and but crimes that are happening with these kind of stuff, even if you have your mobile switched off, even if it is switched off, I'm saying, it can record whatever is happening around you with the use of its camera and relay to a base somewhere where this was manufactured. You don't even know where it is going. You have to be very careful about your gadgets so that you don't put everybody in peril. The second thing is connection. This gives you a lot of connections. The connections can be good to you, but they can also be very, very against you. They might harm you very badly. As children, actually growing up children, your age, you have to be more careful than any other person about how much, where, whom do you talk to. I'm sure all your parents and all your teachers have taught you about it. And I'm sure you understand the depth of this problem. The other aspect of cyber space attacks is also like what do we say? So that, well, I am just getting lost. लेकिन आप लोगों को इन चीजों का ध्यान रखना है किसी भी तरह से अपने थैंक यू
Thank you, sir. I think one final question to Harsh now. Harsh, we are in 2024. The biggest risk that we see is cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, deepfake technologies. So in this bad world, of course, social media, I think a lot of the students here are on social media. Can you share some tips quickly, of do's and don'ts in the best possible way? The real identity theft which happens, what are the risks? These are risks to individual citizens and to nation in turn as well. So what are the best practices here today?
Yes, so these days there are a lot of cyber threats to nations and to individuals as well. So I tell you a brief story about that in 2019 there was a Pulwama attack, and after that attack, a lot of young people in India, a lot of students like you and me, have started attacking on Pakistani websites and extracting data. So I was in a online community. I was a part of a community where we collectively hacked and it took down a lot of Pakistani websites and extracted some data from them and submitted them to the government. So there are a lot of opportunities in defense sector of cyber security and coming to personal security, and like these days we consume a lot of content on social media, and other than content your data is actually a lot safer these days on online. There are a lot of great tech companies working day and night to secure your data. Governments all around the world have imposed a lot of compliance on them to secure your data. The bigger threat is the content you consume. Social media is a free platform. Anyone can post anything from anywhere. And these days it is easier to create content. For example, there are technologies like deepfake, which Sir has mentioned, and LLMs that you see, ChatGPT and all. So it is a lot easier to fake someone's face, fake someone's identity. So as an individual, it is a responsibility of your own to not trust in anything which doesn't make sense. Like you see a lot of videos on the internet, Modi is doing some yarn to you. So it is your responsibility you do that. And along with that, keep your photographs private, keep your information private. Don't just share everything with everybody. So these tools are very useful, but it is the responsibility of an individual to use them in a correct manner. And governments and a lot of organizations are imposing a lot of compliance on them to regulate these tools. And that's all.
Great, thanks. So in the interest of time, we have to stop here. We don't have any time for question and answers today, but please remember that a lot of alumni who are present today versus who couldn't be here, they have committed to the cause of St. Paul's, and we'll talk about more in the coming sessions. So if any student has any queries or something, please reach out to us, and we'll be very happy to assist with that. With that, please.
Hello. As I was coming this morning, I was telling myself what is that one message I want to give to the students. A lot has been spoken about national security and the perspective. But today you are at the threshold of picking up a career. Now, what is been the global survey says that 83% of people are in the wrong profession, which is a fact. So while you are selecting a profession or a career, it is very important for you to only don't get carried away by your parents. Half of them who are running family businesses will put you into those. Half of people, parents who think that computer में बहुत सारा पैसा है, will push you into those. All doctors sitting here will get their children into medical levels, but when it comes to career selection, please be rebellious. Please ask yourself, what is that you enjoy doing? There is a saying which says, if you pick up your hobby as your profession, you will never be working in life. You will be only pursuing a hobby. And the more you work on a hobby, the more pleasure, relaxation it gives you. So kindly, अब आप अगले 2-3 साल के अंदर उस स्टेज के ऊपर हो, बनाने में बचाने में मजा आता है. That is a profession. Don't get, if it anything that amuses you, that is your profession. तो अभी अगले 2-3 साल में आप लोग जब अपनी विचार फाइनलाइज कर रहे हो, please keep this in mind. Don't ever listen to your parents who are pushing you into profession. Take the calling of your own heart. Thank you. That's what it is.
Thank you very much. I would like to now, just quickly,
So I would like to add what Satyana sir has said. So these days we are living in around a lot of resources. You guys have a lot of resources. Maybe before 10 years, people didn't have those resources. And I see a lot of people these days who, like their parents are free, their parents will let them choose any career, but they don't know what their potential is. They don't know what their competence is. Like from the skill you just think you can learn. So keep a lot of resources on the internet, and that's how you will which will help you succeed in your career.
thanks, Harsh. I would now like to request Dr. Anand to please come on stage and felicitate the speakers. I would like to now invite the second panel on the stage, please. So in the second section, we are going to discuss about money matters. Now, some things which are not discussed very freely in school as personal finance, money, and everything. So on that note, I would like to invite Mr. Shekhar Bhandari. He's president at Kotak Bank. I'd like to invite Mr. Abhishek Kothari. He's a business world 40 and a 40 achiever and running a fintech right now. And I would like to invite Mr. Hemant Chauhan, who's Joint Commissioner GST in Udaipur right now. So please most welcome to us. A huge round of applause for all the speakers. So these are interesting times. Somebody just in the panel earlier said that bankers की life easy होती है. So would you like to take that allegation first, or maybe start by introducing yourself and then we discuss about easy life, in the second part of this conversation. Please, sir.
So thank you very much, and good to be back to school. Myself, Shekhar Bhandari, 1990 batch, accountant, cost accountant, company secretary. In class 8, when the teacher asked me, what do you want to become? I think I was clear, I wanted to become a chartered accountant. Fortunately, I think I was able to follow that thought and move ahead. Like finance, and that is what drove me to the profession. Come from a Marwari background that helps understand markets, that becomes better. Work in Mumbai, I think that is a place to be in. And if you are able to work in Mumbai and are connected to Hong Kong, Singapore, London, and New York, I guess you are there as far as I think the world of money is concerned. Happily, I think what we do and how we do, and you try to create, I think, the world from here. I joined the bank when we were 300 people, now it is more than 100,000. I joined the bank when the profit used to be 30 crore rupees per annum, now it's 18,000 crore rupees per year, where that has started. And it's a pleasure to be part of, I think, building. So when you talk of startups, we talk of things, that's what one does. Um, I think thanks to school, one was awarded as the Asian Banker of the Year in I think 2019. I think the CA Business Leader of the Year in 2021. And I'm trying to do, I think, what one does, I think, things across. My only, I think, the last introduction would be that I think school has taught you the biggest part which comes in of thinking out of the box and taking to the next level. Whichever profession you are in, if you are able to, I think, identify your core and are able to move forward with a thought which is you want to create a difference in the world, you can actually, I think, move forward. And I'll come to the second question. I think as soon as the introduction is over. Yeah.
Hi, good morning. And first of all, it feels great. I got up in the morning and I told my father कि मैं school जा रहा हूँ. And it was such an interesting moment. A 42-year-old boy telling his father कि मैं school जा रहा हूँ. And I was like, deliberately wearing blue because my memory with this school is wearing a blue shirt. And first of all, thank you for arranging this, and this is a pleasure to be here. My name is Abhishek Kothari. I'm from the 99 batch. I joined the school in 89, spent about 10 years here. And we're talking about successes and failures, so I'll kind of go in the chronological order of success and failures. My life was broadly divided into three parts. The first part was all about मेरा बेटा engineer का break ले लो. Went to Kota, and you would have all seen Kota factory, so you know what it is. Went there, did not get admission into Bansal classes, and hard went one of the other coaching classes, spent a year. There were four of us from St. Paul's. We used to live in a house, two in each, roommates. The other three got into Bansal classes, I did not. The two of them passed JEE entrance examination, two of us did not. So Anis Agarwal and I, we had a choice to make. Now our friends were already in second year, getting into second year, we're still not even getting into college. And so, kya karenge? And I remember one of my parents' friends, he said, look, and that's what we were discussing, that, I mean, be rebellious. It's okay. 1 year here and there, at that point of time, would have mattered to me as an individual, but I decided to take the second drop. And very few people who you will meet who took a second year drop in JEE and then a rank of 220. And that, I think, made me resilient to say failures will come, but if you keep trying with your heart in it, that compensates for everything else. And I'll tell you from there on what happened. I got into IIT Bombay, pursued my electrical engineering, joined the early crop of what, and this is my second phase of life starts, which is really finding out what I like, and not really by doing what my parents and teachers would have wanted me to do. Pursued electrical engineering, never took a job. Became a data scientist, started to code. That's what I loved. I started to write code. So for the 5 or 6 years of my life after that, went to do a few jobs. And that is when I felt that I'm much better off being a global citizen rather than just doing one thing. And so I pursued my MBA from ISB Hyderabad, went to London to kind of do banking, but also do a bunch of other things related to data science. Spent about 7 years of my life experiencing what I think is enriching to me in terms of dealing with different people, different nationalities, different kinds of people who think differently. We are all trained to be thinking very homogeneous. एक trend है तो सब उसी trend पे काम कर रहे हैं. एक type का job है तो सब वही job ले रहे हैं. And that's where I thought that there are people who have done completely different things in life and could work with me side by side and add more value than what I do. by just doing that same thing over and over. That's where my like the second phase ended, and that's where probably a lot of Ghar Wapsi was happening. And so I decided that India is going through a transformation, and I want to kind of focus back on coming here and doing something here. So I moved back to India in 2016, and I started a company called Flexi Loans. And this is where the start. There was no UPI before that. Can you all believe there were no mobile apps before 2011? And we phones, no mobile phone. In my IIT, in fourth year, I saw something called as a smartphone, and you're all kind of born with a smartphone literally. And so things are different, things evolve. India was evolving, and so I felt that I come back and start a business which could serve small businesses in the country. And so we started a business which helps small businesses, the kirana walas, the local grocery stores, etc., get an easy loan to be able to grow their business. And I came from a banking world, so I understood banking and technology. This was in 2016 until 2022 when I exited that business. We today have outstanding loan book of 2,000 crores. And we are able to now serve more than 1 lakh applications totally online coming to our mobile app and website. So a small business owner can download a mobile application, upload their bank statement and get a loan without ever visiting a branch. And that is the power of technology which I felt I have been able to bring into finance and deliver it to the citizens of this country and create some value. I will take a pause here, but largely I think as students, when you are thinking about your careers, I totally appreciate what Virginia is kind of saying that be rebellious, don't worry about it. Everybody feels कि ये इस साल नहीं हुआ तो मेरा तो life खराब हो जाएगा. There is always a failure and it always is followed by bigger successes. So please do what your heart tells you and you will all do very well in life. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Hemant Chauhan, presently working as Joint Commissioner of the State GST Department in Udaipur and looking after the GST audits. Financial burden on everyone. But as to what we think, that to grow a nation, we need some economy and how to collect the money for all the things that we want to do for our nation, to development of roads, construction of bridges and dams, electrification, free education, free medical facilities. Everybody wants something free, some privileges from government. And how do they come from? They come only from the revenue that is collected through the taxes. There are two systems of taxation in our Indian system. One is direct taxes. Chartered accountant N.K. Singhvi is a mentor and is most learned chartered accountant of Udaipur. So I don't think that I need to explain much about the taxes. And there are industrialists like Mr. Talesra and they are sitting over here. They are huge giant taxpayers. So I don't need to explain much about all that. But only the thing that I will like to convey you is that the tax is a big responsibility. So we should discharge our liability honestly. Now the things come that what is the taxation, what is the department and how to enter the department? It's very simple. We go for civil services in India. We come to IRS or we come to the state services. The state is looking after the state services and ICS is looking after the Indian services. And both are having the revenue system and both are having the opportunities for the tax officials. As a taxation officer, I would like to say that I will convey a message to all these coming future students that being a tax official, it's not a simple task. It is a super technical department. How it comes? Let me explain. When you receive some data, this data is first of all furnished by the taxpayer. The first thing is that the taxpayer has to be honest. Then comes his consultant or his chartered accountant or his company secretary. Then he filters this data, those data. He concludes the all tax calculation and everything. Then he prepares a balance sheet. He prepares a profit and loss account. He prepares every type of expenses and incomes. Then he represents those data to the government through the returns they are furnishing. Now, what is the duty of the officer? It is the prime duty of an officer to filter those data and to find out, to extract that there is any leakage of tax. So it is a third stage filtration. So the officer needs to be intelligent, he needs to be calculative, he needs to be prudent and wise man and be honest. In that way only it will be possible for an officer to extract the hidden data and then he can lead to enforcement and a beautiful audit conducted to realize the revenue which is left over. So to become a tax officer, you prepare yourself, you enter through the recruitment system uh, proposed by the government or say framed by the government, you enter into the system and thereafter the much you concentrate, the much you devote, the much you put in, that much will be the advantage to the government and that will be your contribution to the revenue of the country. And if your revenue is strong, your economy is strong, then only the country can grow. I think the government of India should think about our talent is being migrated to the other countries. Why? There should be job opportunities in India so that our talent is not migrated. Our talent is going to US, Canada, UK, France, Australia. Why? Why there cannot be job opportunities in India so that our talent is absorbed in our own country and we can develop. India is not yet now a fully developed country. It is an underdeveloped country or say a developing country. We are boasting, we are sometimes proud that we are growing. But when you see the depth of your put more insight and bring more talent to contribute to our nation. That's what I would like to say on this very precious moment. I would rather like to be more practical than theoretical. I will share an instance in my life. My two children, they passed out from St. Paul's. My elder son, right now, he is lieutenant in Indian Naval Forces. Basically, he is a doctor. In 11th class, what happened? I will share you his problem. When I took him to one of the coaching institutes in class 11, his medical entrance examination. My son, he was a scholar and he used to score 80-85% in St. Paul's School. Coaching institute and they are asking them to in the coaching institute and they are not going to school. My son lost his class 11 and he dropped down from 82%, 85% to just 50%. My son underwent depression. That time, Father Vijay George was the principal of St. Paul's School. Then I approached Father Vijay George. And Father, this is the problem with me. Then he told me, Mr. Chauhan, I told you earlier that you don't take away your child from this school, let him continue his 11th and 12th in the St. Paul's. I told Father that it was my mistake, but because I had no option because other students are doing the same thing, so I copied the same thing. तो दूसरे स्कूल में अपने बच्चे को ले जाना, दूसरे कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में अपने बच्चे को ले जाना और वहाँ स्टैंडर्ड को 85% से 50% पे आ जाना उसके लिए इतना बड़ा एक बर्डन रहा कि he was in depression. Then I approached to Dr. Atullah Vajpayee. Yeah, my son is going in depression. To Mr. Chauhan, don't worry, bring him to me. And he was undergoing panic stroke. तो मेरे डॉक्टर अतुल्ला की हेल्प ले करके और अपने बेटे को ले जाकर के अमेरिकन हॉस्पिटल में जब उसको ट्रीटमेंट करवाया तो आई वाज शॉक्ड कि यार ये क्या हो गया मेरे लाइफ के साथ में देन यू सी द थिंग फादर विजय टोल्ड मी दैट हेमंत यू ब्रिंग बैक योर चाइल्ड टू माय स्कूल देन आई टोल्ड फादर दैट इज ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर्ड विद सीबीएसई एग्जामिनेशन एंड बिकॉज़ द रीजन ऑफ दिस इज दैट our division commissioner Prime Varsha has come, I think. So we need to welcome him. So I will continue. Then I came back to Father Vijay George. Then he told, I will get your registration from regional CBSE board back to St. Paul's School. So that time, my registration of my son was back to St. Paul's School and he continued his class 11th and 12th from St. Paul's. He dropped down for one full year. And thereafter, he fought with the competitive examination. He came out of all depression and today, right now, he is lieutenant in Indian Naval Forces, a doctor. Recently, he had today Jerusalem because our Mr. Modi is having some Indo-China mission, and myself went to those countries just to deliver the BrahMos missile to those countries. So now he is working that way, and that was the day when I am saying you that I was thinking of losing my son. So you choose your profession with full confidence, without any hesitation, and the field you prefer, not under the pressure of your parents. A child who was taken over to a doctor, right now he is a doctor and serving Indian Naval Medical Services. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, I think आप वो allegations लेना चाहेंगे. So tell us about the easy job in banking और money में क्या aspects है which students, there are 14 to 17-year-old students here. They should look for that easy job.
So I think I was coming to that question. I think I asked the same thing that I'm going to speak to all the young people across. So what should I do? And I have kids who are 24 and 21. Rightfully, they say कि उनसे कुछ ज़्यादा बात मत करना. They don't want too much of advice. Keep it simple, keep it brief. I think they will like it. I think the first piece of advice is comes rightfully to us to communicate to all of you. Second, explain to them what you feel about money because everybody else knows everything about. But few things that don't get it on the internet, few things that can't get it on it, and have that expert advice. I guess a second good part. And third, a word of wisdom if there is anything which is going to inculcate. So the first thing in my mind is I'll say money or anything to do with finance is a great profession. You can find it easy if you find a bank manager sitting in the room and not doing anything, as is what one perceives. But when you deal with money, you generally deal with on an average 20 hours a day. Our day starts at 4 o'clock in the morning in Japan, when the markets start, and it ends generally in New York at 12 o'clock at night, when most of the markets end. And if you're dealing with markets, because rates, forex, fixed money markets, all get affected in and around, and we know that many things can happen in 24 hours. Across. We value 1 hour, at a time, and proceed. Second, finance has investment banking, private equity, banking, corporate banking, loans. There is a genre for everyone. Many MBAs join finance. Many engineers want to be in finance. Finance has the maximum number of engineers working from them because they are the ones who build. Good or bad, they are the best paymasters. The best bonuses happen in finance. The best salaries happen in finance. After consultancy. Why? Because money, you like spreadsheets, you like research, you want to do a you want to interact with the customer. An important aspect. As far as future is concerned, India 5 trillion economy in 2027. Again doubling in the next 5 years. Is an important aspect. I told this in many forums. That becomes. What you write, how you speak are very, very important. And if you are able to do your WAD thoughts, properly, which is where I go along to the school, and all the teachers over here, but structure your thought well. You go to the third level. C stands for character. Schools stand for character building. Families, friends. Very, very important part of what you are and how you do it. And H stands for habits, because in spite of having the first four, if you are not able to get up in the morning, feel energetic, want to do anything. If you are not able to get up in the morning, feel energetic, want to do anything.
We are time. Maybe Abhishek, you may quickly cover. If you were to revisit your life, how will you pursue a career in what you are pursuing in 2024? So a lot of young students here. So very quickly, I would like to hear your thoughts on how to think about that career track in 2024.
Got it. I think one skill as a career that you should have is mathematics, no matter whether you finance, accounting, engineering, or anything else. Learn good mathematics because it is a skill for life. It will help you make more money, save more money, invest more money, do everything right. There is as humans, we are very biased. We think उसने बोला है तो सही होगा तो मैं ये कर लेता हूँ. Just apply some more mathematics to it and you will see in 95% of the actually not right. 5,000 other people who are actually applying for the same job that you're applying to. So if you use those skills, I think that no matter whether it is banking or it is defense or it is coding or it is cyber security, you will do a good job at it. So be confident, be creative and learn.
तो किसी की दोस्त है तो आप बोल सकते हैं very Indian the taxation of the is a profession of say tax consultant that also you can still you can come to as a tax official.
So, just a word to students again. I think we all are available now to give time and resources to present students. So, if you have any questions now or later, please reach out to us. I think administration will share some details with you about our contact. I would now like to invite our third panel members, and we're going to talk about startup and entrepreneurship. So, can I please invite Singhal sir, Alisha sir, and Rati sir to be on stage and share your thoughts. Welcome, sir. Sir, thanks a lot for joining us. I think one of the things that we would like to learn about entrepreneurship, startup, आज शार्क टैंक इंडिया सारे चैनल्स पे ये हो रहा है तो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का काफी क्रेज है. बट व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड इट वाज अ वेरी टफ जर्नी. तो सिंगल सर मे बी आप एक बार सेंट पॉल्स के बाद हाउ हैज योर लाइफ बीन? सर प्लीज आप स्टार्ट करिए, बताइए सेंट पॉल्स के बाद हाउ हैज योर लाइफ बीन एंड व्हाई एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप could have gone to a job option and but you decided to start on your own. So why did that happen?
Good morning, everyone. Reverend Father, honorable teachers, and dear students. I passed out in 1968, and I was the first one to pass the higher secondary. After passing from here, I went to Pilani for my electronics engineering, and I was from the first batch of electronics engineers in the country. So that was the first time that electronics engineering started in Pilani, and I'm from the first batch. And since then, I'm pursuing my career and my hobby, everything in electronics till today. After my engineering, I went to IIT Bombay for my post-graduation in electronics. And in 76, we started biotech. Four of us, four friends who started it in a room in our house. And today we have 5,000 employees and more than 103 abroad. And I think we are still growing like a kid. So it has been an interesting journey for me. And when I was in college, that time in the final year, industrialist who had just started a semiconductor industry, he came to college to deliver some lecture. And This is where he told that someone asked him, why did you venture into industry? He said, I want to create jobs, I don't want to fill jobs. And that is the starting point for me also to realize that I need to create jobs all through, not to fill the jobs. So that has been a big motivation for me that I have to create the jobs. And ever since Vinay and my son Ankit and my two nephews, Amit and Puneet, they're all from St. Paul's and they're all making the group grow bigger and bigger. And we are very indebted to St. Paul's. We know the habits he has inculcated in us, and we are really thankful to this.
My principal, boys and girls, teachers of this school, to which at least I can say I owe a hell of a lot. Sanjay Singhal is my name. I passed out in 1970. And like Chandru, I started to KG. And post-college, post-school, I went to university with a BSc Honors in Geology. And I was so enamored by earth sciences that I decided that I will pursue a career in academia. My father was running a business here, successful business at the time. And he was very disappointed that I wanted to go into academia because my passion at the time was research about this earth. So with that passion, I registered, I was one of the few students who could register into a PhD program straight after a BSc. And I started doing field work, chose my problem. But in geology, you can't do field work in the monsoon. So I was in Udaipur during the monsoon, and my father said to me, बेटा तुम्हें research में interest है तो देखो तो सही industry में क्या research होती है. And of course, at that time, PI was one of the leading lights in new products coming out in the pesticide, insecticide, weedicide world. तो पहले तो लगा ये यार, this is the rebellious me, you know. This is a trap to leave my passion and come into business. But then when I thought about it, I said, it's a fair request. Let me see what industrial R&D means. So I started to go to the research labs at PI, and I stayed. My career has been in new product development all along, chemicals, chemical engineering, and lately in my entrepreneurial journey, my own entrepreneurial journey, really started in 1987 when we started Securitas in a by then group. Today it's a big company, internationally known. I then decided at the age of 60 that I will give up security business. And I couldn't succeed at the age of 60 or at the age of 61. 8 years ago, I actually managed to distance myself from the business. And today, I am serving society in the sense that I'm running a group of people where we are looking at India's ancient texts and manuscripts and digitizing them. And our family has invested in this wonderful place, and I'm sure some of you young people who have been there for the third space, which is in the Solarpur site. So that's us giving back to society, as you know, that's our responsibility. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Vinay Rathi. I passed out in 1991 from the school. The school memories have been excellent memories that you cannot forget. Boys and girls, this is a great time for all of you. For me, मेरे बहुत आसान था कि सीपी अंकल और मदर वगैरह ये सब इंजीनियर थे तो बोले क्या इंजीनियर ही बनना था तो tradition बना. My father was electrical engineer, so I also got into electrical engineering. मगर वो ब्रिलियंट ट्यूटोरियल्स उस टाइम पे जो आते थे कुछ समझ ही नहीं आया तो एक 10-15 दिन करने के बाद ही समझ में आ गया कि अपने लिए है नहीं. So I tried into PET that time and did not got into PET. And my father got me admitted in Manipal Institute of Technology, MIT Manipal. उस टाइम पे लगा कि यार ये डोनेशन देके कॉलेज में जा रहे इट वाज अ बिग बर्डन ऑन मी कि यार मतलब मैंने कुछ ढंगा नहीं किया आई वाज मीडियोकर स्टूडेंट बट स्टिल आई थॉट दैट आई वुड गेट आउट ऑफ गेट इन पी so that was the time that उसके बाद में engineering करने के बाद I did my MBA in 96 I joined the group Pyrotech Chemicals group and I have been working there. So we grew in multiple geographies. We have got factories outside India. We are supplying to 80 countries worldwide. कई joint ventures हैं. So main चीज मैं ये कहना think about what new can be done, go in that direction. और उदयपुर जैसी टीम है कि और इंजीनियरिंग जैसा प्रोफेशन करना क्योंकि उदयपुर क्या माइंस मिनरल्स टूरिज्म इसके अलावा कोई सोचता नहीं उदयपुर sitting here are working in the engineering field and supplying worldwide like we are supplying more than 100 countries so मतलब it is a अपन उदयपुर में रह के भी इस तरह का काम कर सकते हैं और मेरा कहना है कि मेरे जैसा वीडियो पे बच्चा कर सकता है कोई भी सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है देयर इज नो डर्ट ऑफ possibilities from a small city from the school and the school has given a lot of has made me whatever I am. Thank you.
Thanks. So I have a couple of questions, and मैं सिंगल सर से बात कर रहा था सेशन के पहले. अभी एक काफी फेमस स्टेटमेंट भी आया तो बैकग्राउंड इसका वो भी है एक थोड़ा सा. एनवीडिया करके एक बहुत बड़ी चिप्स कंपनी है. उसके सीईओ से पूछा कि विल यू डू इट अगेन एंड ही सेड नो देयर इज नो वे आई विल बिकम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर अगेन. So I wanted to take your take, all three of you, if given an opportunity to rewind the clock, will you do it again?
The short answer is yes, yes, and yes. For me, this has been my hobby, so I'll do it again.
Entrepreneurship एक बहुत बड़ा वर्ड है. So here the main thing is you can pursue whatever is your passion. और कि जो तीन चीजें इम्पोर्टेंट है आपके पास में अगर मेरे ख्याल से टैलेंट थोड़ा कम भी हो अगर आप पैशन है तो आई थिंक यू कैन एक्सेल इन द सब्जेक्ट यू वांट टू डू. और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ऐसा पॉसिबिलिटी है कि आपको एक चीज में बांध नहीं रहा. यू कैन ट्राई न्यू थिंग्स मे बी यू विल फेल यू कैन ट्राई अगेन एंड देन तो अगर आपका जज्बा सही है तो रिजल्ट मिल ही जाएगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज माय लेवल. Surely I will do it again.
So Vinay, can you tell us a little bit about TIE Udaipur as well? That's an association that you head right now. They are doing a lot of activities with colleges. I'm not sure about school, so a brief introduction about that will help here.
Yeah, so I'm the president of TIE Udaipur. So TIE is about fostering entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship को बढ़ावा देने के लिए है. And we are doing multiple programs. So this year we have done program with there is a program called E Young Entrepreneur. जिसके अंदर स्कूल के बच्चे भी enroll कर सकते हैं. And this time we are sending like we are having about 14, about 25 students from class 9th and 11th have participated. They made a group. So we ran the program throughout the year. जिसके अंदर वो बच्चों ने अपना एक आइडिया को कैसे प्रेजेंट करना है एंड टू मेक इट इन्वेस्टेबल एंड दैट आइडिया इज आल्सो स्केलेबल. उस तरह के आइडिया मतलब यहाँ के बच्चों ने दिया. देयर आर 25 स्टूडेंट्स टू रजिस्टर एंड देयर 3 टीम आउट ऑफ विच एक टीम को हम हैदराबाद भी भेज रहे हैं ग्लोब मतलब इंडिया फाइनल्स के लिए. So, and TIE is working with universities, TIE is working with startups, TIE is also working with established businessmen. We will also contribute. And in my case, my father told me what I have to do. So that is a big difference, but to make the best use of it, that is what I can do.
So my next question is to Teresa sir. Sir, 2024 May, there are very young students here, aged 14 to 17, boys and girls. They want to take a decision that we want to be generators of job and not really work for somebody else. So, how important is education for that? How important is networking for that? Your camaraderie, your peer group, you will of course blessed with three wonderful partners. So, how should they think about it in 2024?
Uh, it is very important to have together, and it is now almost 8 years that we have done business together. So that brings a big strength in the group as a whole. And as far as the area is concerned, whatever you like, you should pursue. I think that you'll find exceptions everywhere in every field, and most people they succeed just because they love their work. So whatever you like, you do, and definitely you'll succeed.
Now, sir, success has many fathers, but एक एंटरप्रेन्योर की लाइफ में फेलियर वर्ड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है सो एंड a word which is like really while in schooling units used to like a taboo, but in entrepreneurship, especially the startup world that Abhishek and I we represent here, I mean it's a badge of honor in certain aspects, you know. But I would like to take your thoughts of how do you think about failures, you know, really, and what should be the approach, you know, anybody should take when it comes to failure and in terms of attempting anything new.
I think the one quality an entrepreneur has is to fall and to get up quickly in the pursuit of his goal or her goal. And that remains the single most important distinguishing factor between people who succeed in business and people who don't finances in an accordingly. In business, it is not assured. It is always at risk. So sometimes you have sleepless nights because you don't have the cash to pay your employees or your suppliers. And sometimes you're so full of cash that you don't know how best to invest it. But there are always ups and downs. And it is what you learn from the downs and how you get up again and start making new mistakes. I think I say very proudly that I've been a successful in an enterprise because I got 20% of my decisions right. I got 80% of my decisions wrong. You're dealing with a lot of employees, you're dealing with a lot of customers, you're dealing with cross borders, across cultures, and we made many mistakes. But what we learned from them and what now lives in the organization's memory to build from, that is what entrepreneurs do. Resilience, tenacity, these are two very important words in the life of an entrepreneur. So yes, plan the failure and you will succeed. Sounds oxymoronic, it is. But if you don't fail enough to succeed, you won't know what success looks like if you fail.
Sir, anything you'd like to add on failure? Sir, opinion?
क्योंकि अगर आप ट्राई नहीं करोगे तो फेल भी नहीं करोगे और शायद सक्सीड भी नहीं करोगे तो ट्राई करने के साथ में ही मतलब फेलियर और सक्सेस दोनों जुड़ा हुआ है क्योंकि एक डिसीजन में भी 20% गलत ही हो जाएंगे और मतलब होता है 50% एकदम सही नहीं हो बट यू कैन ऑलवेज रिवॉर्ड आपने एक स्टेप लिया आपने देखा कि यार ये काम नहीं कर रहा है तो इसमें और काम करें to have inquisitiveness, the perseverance is the main, one of the important aspects for being an entrepreneur. So, मतलब try करना जरूरी है और failure भी होगा और success उससे ज़्यादा होगी जीत उसके try करते रहना.
Great, thanks. With that, maybe I'd just like to wrap the session and Dr. Anand, if you can be on stage, please.
Hi. Good morning, St. Paul's. From the bottom of my heart, I thank Nitin to select these kind of august panelists to deliberate in front of all the school children, St. Paul's Udaipur. Without wasting time, because I know that our Commissioner sir, our guest of honor today, has to leave for his flight, can I call upon our esteemed alumni of St. Paul's and now on the highest rank of Udaipur, Divisional Commissioner Rajendra Bhatsa. Please, Bhatsa on the stage, please.
My dear students, I'm here for you. And I thank to the organizers, my own seniors, and my colleagues and my juniors to call me here. And I thank all the principals. Today is the day when I'm back to school, as the slogan says. When I came here, all my old school, remembered Father Pavino, all my teachers who taught me here. The emotions here in the school are too strong to be suppressed and too deep to be expressed. You will remember that after you come back to the school, what feeling you have, I'm having it today, as my seniors will be having it. A journey from school to this place was the ups and downs, the failure and success. My parents wanted me to become, my parents wanted that I should become a